I think there are quite a number of misconceptions around value for money and what it means in terms of higher education and education more generally. So again, there is a need for universities to create that narrative which suggests that actually we do have a valuable contribution to make to the local region, nationally and internationally.
What universities say is, look, we are delivering a huge amount of things to you. What goes on in the lecture hall, yes, and the tutorials, but also the sports facilities, the students' union, the careers advice, the counselling services, the physical estate, the library, the IT facilities. There's a huge list of things that universities do that people often forget about. And so what I want to see is a really mature conversation between universities and their students, and between the university sector and government about what what level of resource you need for a really world-class experience.
I think for NUS, the way that universities should respond to the value for money challenge is twofold. For us, it's about institutional accountability, not only students knowing where their money is going, but also students knowing that institutions are more broadly accountable to them, feeling part of the community, and knowing that institutions are taking action on affordability. So that's things like rent, the cost of living crisis, but also things like hidden course costs, students having to, on top of their tuition fees, pay extra for materials, trips, and resources that are really vital to their learning but aren't covered in their fees.
So value for money is a really tricky question to navigate. I used to work in the food industry, which was much more straightforward, and even there we couldn't work out what was and wasn't value for money. So with the complexities of higher education and the number of parameters that contribute to the decision making, it's just so very tricky. So my view is that universities ought to make some suggestions on how to measure value for money and then propose that back to the OFS.